Page 4, Jingle Bells. I have a process that I use when I go about learning a new piece of music, and that's the process I use in all my videos pretty much. Everyone has a process. You have a plan of attack. How do you go about learning a new piece of music? It's not my process. It's a process that I use to do this. You have your own process. Everybody's has their. It's just a series of steps that I go through to learn a piece of music. The first thing I like to do is I want to get a general idea of how long it is. Just a general. I look at this and I see it's about a page and a half long. I mean, if I squish the printing down a little bit, it would be 1 page long. That's fine. Just an idea. Clef signs, I always look at the clef signs because most of the time they'll be treble and bass, but not always. So I just have a habit of looking at them. It's treble and bass. The time signature is 4/4 time signature, so I understand what that means, right? And just glancing through it, I see quarter notes and half notes and dotted half notes and whole notes. I think I can handle those. The hands are playing at the same time, so first I'm going to take it one hand at a time to make sure I have a fingering and I understand the notes and the rhythm. For the most part, we use the fingering in the book on the music at this level. A lot of times I'll change the fingering they suggest in the book. Yeah, I have to understand that fingering is a personal thing, and there are different fingering styles. You use whatever your teacher tells you to use, but here I think we can start with their fingering, and as long as I can connect the notes with the fingers, I'm okay. Right hand, you're starting third finger on E here. That puts the hand here. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. I go through the whole thing and make sure I can play it okay at whatever speed. Go slow. We'll speed it up later. The left hand, well, start here. That puts the hand here. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So I go through the whole thing and play the left hand. Now I do want to warn you, in my opinion, you only need a finger number at the beginning to tell you where to put the hands. So I need the 3 here and the 5 here at the beginning. You don't need any other finger numbers. Please don't get into the habit of reading finger numbers. Finger numbers are handy when you're moving around. They're telling you where to put the hand. But as long as you're not moving around, and you're playing the whole thing right here, you don't need these other finger numbers. That's a nasty habit to get into, and it will backfire on you eventually. Learn to read the notes. So once I got each hand figured out, now I'll go put them together. And then sometimes it's like starting over. I'm here. These are together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. And here, these, and then here. Hold the right hand down. Then here. Through the whole thing and I put the hands together, and then I'll go back over it slowly, maybe a line or so at a time, because you have to keep repeating it, and get rid of any hesitation so it's a steady beat, a steady pulse from start to finish. How fast I go at this time doesn't matter, but no hesitations. And once the hesitations are gone, then I think about the articulation, and they're not giving any. Articulation is how you express it. We're talking about phrases. They don't show any phrases. Maybe you aren't worried about phrases. But you can follow the words if you want. A comma or a period in the word, you can lift up like taking a breath. A little silent. Lift up. Lift up. Lift up. So just a little lift like taking a breath. The left hand, I'm going to try and connect it. Well, that's a kicker. Can you do one thing in hand and something else in the other? Here at the beginning. Up here, it's a repeated note I have to, but I'm going to connect that. Now, going from measure 4 to 5, I'm going to lift up in the right hand, and I'm going to connect that. So I'm going to connect the left hand all the way through. I'm lifting up for the phrasing, and I'm following the words to tell me where the phrases are in the right hand, like taking a breath. Just a little bit of silence is all. You're just cutting the one note a little bit short so you got time to lift up. It's not rhythmic. You're just a little bit of silence. Then after the articulation, I think about the dynamics. It says F at the beginning, forte. That's the only one they give you. What's a happy piece? Whatever you think loud is. I can't, loud, it's not a set value. It's what do you think loud is? Not super loud, just loud. It's kind of heavy. This, I'm going to keep the left hand out of the way. We want to hear the melody, which is the right hand here. Don't play in the same. No. Keep this light and this heavy. At the same time, can you do that? That's tricky if you haven't been doing it, but if you keep trying it, it does come eventually. The whole thing is loud. That's boring. After you get into it and you get to know it, if you want to get a little louder and softer in places, do it. You don't have to stay exactly loud through the whole thing. Then after the dynamics, then I add the speed. How fast do I need it to go? This says with energy. There's nothing to do with speed, but it's a happy piece. If you were going to sing it, how fast would you sing it? Depends on how much eggnog I've had to drink. I don't know. One little problem that may be confusing you is the words. Normally speaking, you will get a note for each syllable of a word. Normally. And that works out well here, except in measure 6. And by the way, the little numbers in the boxes at the beginning of the stabs above it, the little number, that's a measure number. Measure 6 is the last measure on page 4. Here. But in that last beat, you get 2 words there. I'm only playing one note. If you want to, you can go ahead and play another E in there for the other word. In a. For in a. To ride in a. It makes more sense. So if you want to do that, go ahead and do that. If you're not singing it, it doesn't matter. You can just play a quarter note. Now, once you can play this slowly with no hesitations, let's play it together and check that you have the correct notes and rhythms. I'm not going to do louds and softs, and we'll play both hands about the same. We're not performing it. We're checking notes and rhythms. We're going to go slow. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. And then we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Four. There's a duet for this at the bottom of these pages. I'd like to play that. You played just what you did, but I need you to go up on the keyboard because the duet part's using some of these notes, so you gotta go away. Just pretend that middle C on the keyboard, instead of here, is up here. So instead of here, you're up here. Play it up here. There. That's fine. I'll give us 4 counts, and I am going to speed this up a little. Now be careful because the duet part is not like yours. It's totally different. So you got to listen to the duet part to stay with me. Keep the pulse going, but don't get confused because it's playing something different than what you are. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go.